Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zeno Sports Nation, and we're here with our ACC tournament preview. We're going to talk about the upcoming matchups in the ACC tournament, every one of them, and we're going to give you some predictions for how we think this tournament is going to go.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. It is because me and Will, we really like one through eight, 1 through 7. We
Yeah.
really like what we have to see out of those teams. So yeah, we're looking forward to the ACC tournament. Rocking baby blue. Not foreshadowing anything,
No,
but
it's a nostalgic
it
color for the ACC.
is. When you think baby blue, you think of a certain team in the ACC. So
With the ACC this year, Zach, there people are dogging on it, saying it's not as good. But the thing is, with the ACC tournament, we talk about 1 through 8 could win it. Legitimately, there is so much they're just so clustered together
they are.
of how good that it's not. No one's great. No one's like you can argue, is there a national title contender in the ACC? Probably not. Maybe there is, but there's a bunch of teams that are good
Mm-hmm.
teams.
That's the way I look at it too. It's a bunch of good teams. There is nobody great necessarily, but it's just a bunch of good squads that maybe can make a run.
But let's share our screen here, guys, and let's get a look here at what we're looking at because it's time for the ACC tournament. And the first matchup is Florida State taking on Georgia Tech. Do you like the Yellow Jackets or do you like the Noles?
I like what I've seen out of the Knowles lately. They've played a lot better. We know their comeback win against Miami last week. Matthew Cleveland's really good for Florida State. I would look for him to take over a game like this. Maybe go off for about 20-25. I like Florida State to get that one.
The Noles pick up a win here over the Jackets. And then we'll go to our next game, and it's Boston College taking on Louisville. Who do you like?
You know,
Cardinals?
I
Cardinals? Let's go Cards.
I almost want to say Louisville, and I know we kind of do jokingly, but they were up 6.5. But Louisville's terrible. Let's just be honest, they're terrible. Boston College not much better, but we'll give the edge to Boston College. Well, I mean, there's not much positive to say about Louisville, other than maybe L. Ellis. He's like their only slight bright spot on that team.
That's a tough season for Louisville. It's a historic team too, in
Mm-hmm.
terms of like that brand. The Louisville brand is a historic brand, so it's kind of shocking to see them not doing this well.
Yeah, I would have never thought I would have saw this ever in my lifetime for Louisville.
But here they are as the 15 seed in the ACC tournament. Virginia Tech taking on Notre Dame in the other first round game here, and talking about teams that are not playing good basketball. Notre Dame yesterday, not good.
No, absolutely throttled. You would have expected a little more out of them. I mean, at least I would have. They're not good this year. We know that, but I would have expected more out of them. Virginia Tech is actually a talented team. They've underperformed this season, without a doubt. They should not have had a season this poor. I think Virginia Tech is the better team overall. You got guys like Couture that can light it up from outside. Virginia Tech much better overall team than Notre Dame. I think they'd win.
Virginia Tech and the Fighting Michael Vick's pick up a win here. We got Virginia Tech taking on NC State in this matchup, and we like the Pack a lot on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Pack of dogs facing off against Virginia Tech. Who do you like?
I still like Wolfpack here. The main reason is we love their guards. That's first and foremost, and we also like DJ Burns down low. And this is a really impressive Pack turnaround because the Pack were the 15 seed in this tournament last year, and now they're the 6 seed. And the biggest reason for that is Ole Miss transfer Jarkel Joyner. He's taken so much pressure off of Terquavion Smith. He's just elevated their whole team overall, and it's just a much better team. And I like NC State here.
NC State picks up a win over the Virginia Tech Hokies, setting up another game for them against Clemson. Up here, we got Boston College taking on North Carolina, and North Carolina is the team that is kind of the central focus of this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at storylines, the far and away biggest line is what can North Carolina do, and can they find a way to get those quad one wins they need to get into the tournament? That's going to be the question all week in Greensville. We'll see how they do. This probably isn't a quad. This isn't a quad one game here, but nonetheless, they need this win in order to move on.
Yep.
Who do you like?
Yeah, you're right. It's a step in the path to get to that quad one win they need, and they're going to get this one. They're going to beat Boston College. They're going to be hungry. They're more talented than Boston College, but North Carolina has been underperforming, but they're going to get that one.
North Carolina picks up the win. Let's move up. Florida State taking on Pitt, and the Panthers have been a team we've liked this year, but Florida State
is playing better.
Playing better.
They're playing better. I think it's going to be closer than some might think it would be. I could see Florida State keeping this within single digits, and that maybe in the 8-9 point range. But I still like Pitt more. Pitt's got a bunch of experienced guards. They're led by, I think their whole starting lineup is at least juniors and seniors. So they have the experience that you want in an ACC tournament, where you can go to guys, like Blake Henson that have been there, Jamarius Burton been there. So I like Pitt in that one.
Pitt picks up the win. And let's go to Syracuse taking on Wake Forest. And this is the 8-9 matchup. The two close seeds right here. What do you like?
I like Wake Forest here, and the main reason is I think Tyree Appleby, such a good experienced point guard. He's been going off down the stretch here. Wake's been struggling, but he's been going off. I think he carries them to a win. Appleby might drop 30 or something like that. He might go crazy. So I like Wake.
The Demon Deacons pick up a win in the spirit of Chris Paul. We got Miami taking on Wake Forest now. And who do you like?
I think Wake could keep it close because Wake's gonna be playing with the season with their season on the line.
They need it,
and they do. They would need this one bad. So I think they come out and give Miami a scare of a lifetime, and I think they would come up maybe just so close. And I wouldn't be shocked they pull it off. But I like Miami. Me and Will, we're both fans of Miami. Been riding with Miami really ever since this ACC tournament last year.
It would have been amazing if people, like, if you had listened to us and bought stock last year. Imagine how you'd be feeling as a Canes fan, because it's been really, since this time last year, it's been a magical run for them.
It has been.
Team.
They looked really good in last year's ACC tournament, and they just kept it going in the tournament. And look at them now, ACC champs.
ACC champs, an Elite Eight last year.
Yep.
Talks about, can they make a Sweet 16 this year? Maybe even an Elite Eight again.
Yeah.
The sky's the limit for this Miami team.
It really is. This Miami team is tough, and really look forward to seeing what they're going to do.
Duke taking on Pitt in another quarterfinal. This is a 4-5 game. Who do you like?
I think there's a lot to like about Duke right now. Not to discredit Pitt or anything. I just think Duke's playing their best basketball of the season right now. I think the way Filipowski's been lately, he's been stepping up. And then Jeremy Roach, he's one of my favorite. He really is one of my favorite point guards right now. It's tough for me to say. Normally, I don't think neither of us like to cheer on Duke too much.
They need a Grayson Allen back to make him hateable. They need someone hateable on that team.
They're not as hateable as they used to be. Maybe because John Shire is better than Coach K. I don't know. but I like Duke here, though. Jeremy Roach is a great point guard. Tyrese Proctor's been stepping up. I think Duke's going to get that win.
Duke picks up a win here and keeps moving. North Carolina taking on Virginia. This is the quad one win they need. North Carolina's one quad one win this year has come against Virginia, and they're going to get another crack at it to make it 2 quad one wins. Who do you like?
I think they get it done again.
Yeah,
I do. I think they're going to get it done again. And maybe that's just being a little, I don't know, optimistic on North Carolina, but it just feels at some point they're going to get over that hump. But we'll see. But I think they match up well against Virginia. I think that's a big reason why.
NC State taking on Clemson. This matchup has happened twice already this year, and it hasn't been close. Clemson's drummed them twice already this year. Do they make it 3?
I'm a little worried for NC State in this one because neither game has been close. It does worry me. It is tough to beat a team 3 times in a row, as Will likes to say.
It's tough to beat a team 3 times in a row, and this team needs it most. That is kind of my cliches I've been saying to Zach.
Clemson does need it more in terms of, getting into the tournament. Obviously, NC State, they don't win this, is probably looking at like a 10 or 11 seed, but
they would have already picked up 2 wins in the tournament for NC State.
Yeah, they would have got 1 at least. It would be Virginia Tech.
Sorry, yeah.
I'll let you go with this one, Will, because you're an NC State fan, but
it's not, when you get beat by 20 plus twice.
Yeah,
it's tough to think you're going to do it again, to go get a win. I think NC State can hang close. I don't think it's a blowout, but I just don't. Maybe it might not be a good matchup, and I don't think it's a good matchup for NC State.
No, I don't think it's a good matchup because Clemson has 3 guys over 6'9" in the starting lineup, and NC State is, a little bit smaller because they're a more guard-oriented team. DJ Burns is really their only big that they have that is a real presence to score the ball, and I think that's the biggest reason why there's such a mismatch between these teams. So I do like that. Probably does continue here, but like Will said, I bet it's closer than the blowouts we've seen earlier in the season.
So we got the Tigers taking on North Carolina. Who do you like?
I think that win over NC State probably gets the job done for Clemson to get in the tournament.
Yep.
But North Carolina might still need one more because that's only 2 wins against Virginia. And obviously Clemson's not going to care about that, but I think North Carolina,
They're gonna have an extra fight.
They're
gonna have
have
an extra dog.
They are. Let's go North Carolina here. And what North Carolina at least has versus a team like NC State didn't have is they have Baycott down low, which is such a physical presence. I think that'll be big, especially to match up against a guy like PJ Hall for Clemson. So, and Leaky Black can guard bigger players sometimes, especially like a Tyson for Clemson.
The transition that Leaky Black is taking to hitting some more shots, being a little more of an offensive presence this year for NC State has been interesting to see. And I think it adds a wrinkle into this North Carolina team. When you get going into March, it could be interesting. They get this Clemson win, they're probably into the tournament already. And if I'm being honest, if we're talking bubble teams, North Carolina is probably the team I would most want to see get over the edge into the tournament because of the fact that they have, of the bubble teams, the most potential to cause chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be all right if North Carolina finds their way in.
Yeah, especially if they rightfully get these wins, and I feel like they've earned their way in. Then I'd feel especially more. I'd be fine with them in if they can get these wins.
Yeah, we got Miami taking on Duke in the other semifinal. Do we set up a third matchup between between Duke and North Carolina, or does Miami pick up a win?
I like Miami here. Miami's looked really good against Duke this year. They drummed them at home earlier in the season, and then they lost by 2 in Cameron Indoor, and we all know how tough of a place that is to play. So on a neutral site, I think Miami would win, and I think it'd be a much better game. It just sets up well. Miami really matches up well against North Carolina, against Duke. I mean, so I really do like Miami to win that one.
So we got Miami taking on North Carolina now in a matchup of Elite Eight teams last year. Both teams made it to an Elite Eight. Who's taking this ACC championship?
I think it's gonna be Miami.
Yeah,
I think North Carolina. They're gonna get these necessary wins that they need, but this North Carolina team isn't. They're not great.
In true North Carolina fashion for this year, they're gonna do just enough to find their way in.
And we'll see what they do, because this team isn't as good as last year's team. Not that last year's team was amazing or anything like that, but Brady Manick was such a key cog to that team. But yeah, Miami's our champs. They've had a special season. And there's a lot to like in Miami. Lots to believe in for Miami.
Complete the U, Zach. The
Go
Miami
Canes.
Hurricanes pick up a win and get the ACC championship crown. They're double ACC champions as they enter into March and they get an AQ. Guys, that's our ACC predictions. Let us know what you think. Let us know. Does Louisville find a way to get a win? Does Louisville win the ACC championship and become the AQ? Let us know what you guys think. Let us know what you guys see happening in the ACC championship. Also, check out our other conference tournament preview videos. We're going to have all of the Power 6. Plus, we're going to have a Mountain West video coming out for you guys. So enjoy. Take a look. Let us know your thoughts on them. Like, subscribe, guys. Join us. Buckle up because March is coming. March is here.
Gonna have videos down the stretch. So we're pumped.
We're excited, guys. Enjoy. Take care.